It is here. The official limited Lysis review. 2023, 12 songs, 30 minutes, 9:58 p.m. September 10th, 2023. Limited is dropping tomorrow. Let's get this review out of the way. 3, 2, 1.
You remove the fear. But true fear has no cause. It is ever present. It has no identifiable source or measurable limits. It cannot be controlled or suppressed because it's not an emotion. It's an instinct. And like an army of insects, it crawls over your mind, paralyzing you. For no matter how hard we try, we cannot escape our instincts.
Fear, glorious fear. It's a natural emotion present in all animals. Now I'm curious. Tell me, what do you think causes fear? There is the kind of fear born of animal instincts, and the kind of fear born of a rational mind that terrorizes humans. Namely, when you encounter a foe stronger than yourself and realize you have no way of fighting back against the unknown, your helplessness begins to sink in and evokes inside of you a terrible and paralyzing fear.
To be honest, I'm terrified. To be honest, I'm confined. To be honest, I cannot find what is.
If someone wished to go to heaven, there may be a way.
God ain't real, but this life ain't either. Nothing to worry about, just go to theater. No new time, 'cause you can't get either. Fly through the sky like it was my new ether. To find some respect, you don't gotta be evil. Don't do nothing I wouldn't do. Don't do shit that's illegal. Try and become your own king so you can be the regal. Don't rely on anybody. I don't talk to people. When it feels like time stops and you can't hear anything, go and talk to people. You need to stop sending things. You can say that my mom puts on too many wedding rings, but I don't listen to you because I know everything. The voices in my head, they will never stop. The voices in my head, they will never stop. They gun me down just like a cow. They gun me down just like a cow. The voices in my head, they will never stop. The voices in my head, they will never stop.
Fear.
Okay.
First song on the album. crazy opening, unlike any other opening from Limited to thus far. It evokes a sense of fear, as said in the title, and it perfectly encapsulates what Finn wants to evoke in that song, which is said fear. And somehow, the samples of anime that he used at the start weren't absolutely cringe in a way. It's a really interesting start to this album so far. But we shall see how it connects with the rest of the album. It's a great opener, 4 minutes and 24 seconds of pure just. It's really hard to describe into words. It is just amazing. It is an amazing experience. That's the word. It's an experience. Up next with Not Prawn, 1 minute and 12 seconds.
I love you. No, no, dude. Okay, I love you. No, no, dude. What? Okay, I love you. Walk up at the place and I feel like the man. Sit right next to him like a plain land. Try to find who I am, like I got all that shit on cam. I be standing tall like I'm 6'3" sand. The shit got sounding like the full blood sand. Fall out and throw it like a tin can. All y'all people show you listen to your fam. That's why I'm making this new album. Nigga shit rocks and this shit can slam. Perform this all out like Santan. Yo shit funny like Jaran. Take this to the dark side of the moon. Your rap so cool, but can you make people move? You start a new wave that'll affect generations. Every bit of dirty music like the Haitian. I drink the pirate, not sipping lean. I only do shit that feels clean. You always gotta look to the scene. The cracks in the wall isn't really what it seems. Like Roger Waters helped me build the wall. Everybody gotta see that shit fall. I just need somebody to call. Better get you a lawyer, not better call Saul.
Not Prawn, a great follow up to Fear, continuing with that almost haunting tone in the background. It is very evocative of a lot of things, most of them being very horrifying ideas. The start with Finn saying, I love you to someone who doesn't say it back. It's a very, very haunting and lonely picture, which is what I'm being conveyed at the moment with these last two songs. Not Prawn and Fear really do give you the sense of loneliness and fear and the soft, not soft, but the slow drums, 808s or whatever, don't care what they're called, with the haunting dun, 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 that simple melody, just keeping with that haunting tone all throughout these two songs. Very great. Keeping on with the tone of the album. Amazing so far. Now let's go on to Made It Thus Far. This far.
I've made it this far, I can do it again. I just gotta write and pick up the pen. I gotta find me a Bobby like Ken. I gotta grow up cause I'm not 10. Got so many plans I need to finish. Too many places to bear witness. Not enough cases for my sickness. I don't go out enough for my fitness. My friends waiting on me, I'm lagging behind. I'll be okay, I'm trying to find how to ease my temper and remain being kind.
Here's where I think the first flaw from Limited shows. On Made It This Far, you can hear the sample cutting and looping again. It's a very lackluster loop, but either way, it's still a great 49 seconds. Made it this far, carries from the haunting tone of the last two little songs before it by picking it up and basically saying, I've made it this far. I can do it again. Don't give up. To not give up and to just keep going. That's what I'm getting from that song. And it's evoked perfectly in that song. It's very slow. It's more standard, limited, slow synths. And I'm sure my story will be able to bring it in and wrap it all together with these four songs. My story.
If you look at my life, I shouldn't be here. My whole life should bring you to a tear. Living in debt is the true fear. Ran off the road because I don't know how to steer. I was born in Memphis to two adults. Don't call them parents, they just start a cult. They try to tie my life down with bolts. I lost every time like I'm playing for the Colts. I've only fell in love once and it's not working. She just looks at me, well, she's smirking. Every morning I talk to her first thing, but she just plays me. I think I'm thirsting. Last night I had a dream about her. Her skin was so soft, just like a fur. She was cold and saying burr, so I gave her my hoodie and she went 25 Steve Kerr. Right now I feel like Igor. Some people say she's an e-whore. I don't believe them. She swore that she thinks I'm cool and she's very forward. But I think she likes my friend more. Not that I can blame her, he's a full store. He was the first person I told so long ago that I loved her. Now he's her bro. I knew her first and he knows that. I don't think he cares. He betrayed me before. I let him back in my life because he's my brother. I think it's time for me to find another. My love's gone, my love's gone. I hope you know she can't compete with me. I can tell that you love me. My love's gone, don't listen to him. My love's gone, you know.
My story wasn't exactly what I expected, but it was another example of not exactly a haunting tone, but a very sad and depressing tone. It has been carried together. First three songs were more of the outward picture of what Limited was after the last album. And my story just intertwined the last album, Genesis, with this one, Lysis, with the mention of his love, starting off with his parents not really being his parents in his eyes, just two people who start a cult. Later, reminiscing about how he thinks that the person he loves probably doesn't reciprocate, probably has feelings for his friend, who is his brother, but who has betrayed him before. And he feels like he needs to move on and find another. This is Limited opening up, revealing the the premise of the story. We shall see what he does from here. Does he move on? Does he double down? We shall see from what Grandma has to say. Because We all usually turn to a loved one or someone who is wiser than us in our family to see what they would do, especially someone who has lived a whole life, like our grandma.
I can't remember it all, but anyway, it goes like this. Great. Okay, I'm starting to remember. We'll have to get through to play bass for us. There you go. You did lessons at school, right? I had a band one time that was just a guitar player, a harmonica player, and me on drums. We did a show one time in Holly Springs on Halloween night. Cold as night. What kind of play? Outdoors. And I can't remember how I played it, but it went like this.
It's all about me. My life is about me. I take it for granted because I got it for free. When my grandma spawned in, she didn't try to flee. She made a life for her daughter, and she did it for me. It's all about me. My life is about me.
So clean in my dreams. Till then, I'll write this trail each day, just waiting for the cowgirl in my dreams. Now here's where you go. I'm just a lonesome cowgirl.
Grandma is a very introspective song. It starts off with the sample of a very old video of Limited's family, most specifically his grandma playing guitar and singing a song. They're all gathered together and they're all happy, in a sense. But the somber guitar tones really bring into the later half of the song, with Limited singing about, well, not singing, rapping, whatever, about his life is his own. And some might see it as an egotistical rant. In my opinion, I see it more as him reflecting upon the people that came before him and how this is his moment. His life is now. They have lived theirs and it's his turn. And that this is just another part, whatever he's going through. And I think, in my opinion, that his grandma is a perfect picture of that. It reminds him of what they've been through just to lead up to him. And now is his moment. Fell from space message. Let's see what that adds on to that concept, into the concepts that were already given from my story and grandma. Let's see.
I feel like I finally did it. I found somebody that gets me. They don't hurt me. They don't resent me. It's like a present. It's like life. It's like I did it, Mom. It's like, are you listening? Do you care? Are you there? You fell from space because you're an angel. Look at your hair. It's almost as if you're perfect, but I know that doesn't exist. But you're as close as it gets, as humanly possible. You're the only person in my life that I think could be my wife. I really love you, that's right. You don't know, but for tonight.
Fell from Space message is a direct message, as the title implies, to the subject of Limited's last album, his love. And while he starts off usually complimenting her, just like the last album, at the very end, he realizes that just because they might be perfect in his eyes doesn't mean they really are. And I think from this song onwards, he's coming to terms with that. That the person of interest might be everything they might ever want right now. That they might be perfect. But are they really? Let's see how Muy Hermosa picks up on this, which translates to how beautiful, if you didn't know.
You're so pretty, I can't put it into words in it English, so I had to switch the language and tell it to you in Spanish. Cause you're so damn beautiful, I can't take it anymore. Every time I look at you, it feels disrespectful. How am I allowed to look at this beautiful girl? Sound pretty creepy, but it's true. You're the most beautiful person that I've ever seen. Not only that, but you keep yourself clean, both mentally and physically. You do everything perfectly. My heart beats so fast that I can't breathe. I'm gasping for air, but not a breeze. And you keep your standards up. You don't take shit from anybody or anyone, not even teachers. You're so real for that. You're so real for that. But this is how you make me feel. It's not your fault that I get nervous. I'm just scared to talk to you sometimes. I know you're accepting and you won't care if I say something weird that much. But it just gets my brain racking.
Muy Hermosa is yet again another love letter to the person of interest, complimenting them on who they are and how amazing they are in Limited's eyes, and how he doesn't blame them for anything, for how he feels. The last few songs, Fell from Space Message and Muy Hermosa, have carried the same kind of tone in music, very slow and very somber, very romantic but melancholic at the same time. It's all a very, very concise package, and I'm sure Know Her will bring it all together, because I'm sure the her in this title is the her or his person of interest, I would say. Let us see.
Got a cigarette, and she's coming up for water. Like I don't even know her. So this time next year, maybe she'll love me. Cause I know I love her. Do I love her? Through all the confusion, I trusted her. We matched together and we were feathers. Will she love me tonight? And I know I love her.
Know Her is the final nail in the coffin, in my opinion. The final message, unless 1975 continues it. It is Limited's final psalm, I guess. Or alm? Not sure. At this point, he is at the peak of his confusion and his unknowing. He thinks, do you even love me? But at the very least, he knows that he loves her. And that eats him up inside, with the last part of the song almost being like a breakdown with the sample. The music carries very well with the emotion, and it's very well executed in this album. So far, from Fear to Know Her, we have gone from the very start with seeing Limited almost from a distance, not truly being able to see what's wrong, but slowly we have been able to peer inside of his head till we've gotten to know her, to see what is truly torturing him inside. His unrequited love. Let's see what 1975 holds. The music carries the emotion perfectly. Well, as perfectly as it can get.
Rock on with the crew, rock on with us, rock on with us, rock on with us, rock on with the crew, rock on with us, rock on with us, rock on with us. The year is 1975, Night at the Opera and Wish You Were Here. Physical graffiti and the Vietnam War. And 2 years ago they made Star Wars. Saw that in theaters and bought me a horse. This summer I saw Jaws. Got so scared that I pissed my drawers. What? Did you see that new show SNL? Shit is so funny I almost fell. Shout out to Pittsburgh, the Steelers win the game, propelling all of their players into fame.
A very out of place song, but I'd say if I listened to it a couple more times, I would understand the flowing. I'm not sure if this is 100% Limited's intention when I say this, but the way I see it, Know Her was the ending for the Unrequited Love saga, and 1975 is his reminiscing of things he likes, I'm assuming. With things like Physical Graffiti, Night at the Opera, and I think he said Wish You Were Here. I'm not sure. A Pink Floyd album. I know it was one of those, though. Queen and Led Zeppelin and all that. I'm sure this is. Well, I'm not sure, actually. I'm not sure about this song. The placement is quite weird. I don't know. But the way I see it is his way of coping with the things he likes. Let's continue with Wish You Were Here featuring yours truly. And before you think I have some sort of bias on the whole album for just being on one song, I can honestly assure you I wasn't on the rest of this album. I was just on this song. I didn't have any input on the rest of the album. I'm only credited for this one, which, it's kind of upsetting because I wish I was on the rest of the album. That would have been pretty cool. It's not my kind of music though. I just review it because, you know, it's neat. It's indie, I guess. Um, but I did do parts of this song, and the production was pretty great. The working with Limited himself was amazing. Um, it was a great experience. There wasn't much like there was there wasn't a clear direction, I'd say, but there was a goal in mind. We did have a goal for what we want the song to be. I wanted the song to be a specific way, but I knew it was a limited song, so I just let him have it his way. I didn't put too much input in there. I just did my parts, did my stuff, and then he went ahead and did his stuff and made it limited eyes and all that. I do make music. It's not good music, but I'm eventually going to start making good music at some point once I get a guitar and stuff like that, because I just work with my bass at the moment and make really weird drum loops and stuff. So, self promotion, I guess, but let's just see how this song goes. I already know how the song sounds because, I was there when I made it, like when we made it. So, fair warned, I will have some bias towards it because it is technically me in this song. What do you mean, technically? It is me in this song, so basically, let me shut up. Let's listen to the song. That's me.
You've got it left again. Ooh, the smell of smoke. I wish you knew how much it hurt. So you thought you could tell me how to sell my music during the bell. Each time you come out the stall, I swear that you smell. And I'm not talking shit. What am I supposed to do? When I look in your eyes, I see a husk of what you used to be. Now it's just dusk for you and me. You think you're changing the world, but you're just falling into place. There's a million people just like you, but there'll only be one of us. Now I gotta do it solo. You're just a fucking cholo. You fell in because of FOMO. I wish you knew what you've done to us. You've left us again for a plant. I wish you could see the damage that you've done to us. You've left us from your grave, and you leave us with another tomb to put, another body to bury up against the floor. When you open your eyes, it's so hazy. You drifted away like a daisy.
Yeah, the rest of the song is by mistake. It's not meant to be the song. There's nothing else here. It's just silence. But yeah, I'm gonna just let it play out. So here's the thing about this song. It's my least favorite song on the album, and it's specifically because of me that I don't like it. Like my guitar part, I don't know. I don't feel like it fits. And then when I sing, I sound horrible. And the bass is good. I like the bass. I did good on bass, but I felt like the middle part was a little too drawn out. Almost synth didn't fit and stuff. There wasn't enough drums and all. I don't know. I didn't like how it turned out, but Limited seemed pretty happy with it. So I'm glad that he enjoyed it, and I hope that he was able to find some quality to this song because there were parts I liked it, but I think after like fifth listen, I think this is the fifth listen, it's grown on me a little bit. But I don't know. It's still my least favorite song so far. I know I'm a bit biased. I'm still giving it a bit of slack by saying like the part in the middle. It's like the unison, freaking the seep so lazy. It's pretty good, but enough about me giving props to myself and patting myself on the back. Um, the song is about someone who has hurt us, and I didn't realize it until now. It can actually be about two people instead of the one that was intended. But it's a friend who came along and decided to leave us for, as I said, a plant and a drug, basically. And now they're dead to us. They're dead to us now. And we're doing our best to move on from what they've done to us. Limited didn't input much, but what he did input did make the song listenable, I think. It's an alright song, in my opinion. I mostly ruined it, what I think. And other because like Limited didn't know what to do with my guitar part. He didn't know what he could add. So we were just kind of scrambling, and this is the best product. He seemed pretty happy with it. I wasn't too happy about it, but it's his song. If this is how he wanted it, if this was his vision, then we move. But hopefully this rounds out together with Schizophrenia and Epitome. Let us see.
Nothing in my life can be explained. My brain has been run over by a train. I love the rain, anything but the rain. Do feel like living my life without feel confused. I feel like I could do something. I overthink feels where does that get me? Where does that get me? Deeper in my own mind, kindness is hard to find. Feel like love is impossible. I am a raging bull. I don't have a person inside of my head. I only see friends once I go to bed. Crawling inside of my skin, screaming at me. They are 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 screaming at me. Screaming at me. Give me the truth and I'll show you the person that I truly am. No one would believe me if I told them how I live. Happiness is the only thing that I wish to give. If there God, I hope all of my sins He will forgive. Bear all of my friends. They told me they'll see me in the end. I don't think I'll ever see them again. If I do, the only thing that they'll ask me is when did it all go wrong? All go wrong. Where did it begin? When will it end? All enter and no one will defend it. No one loves me now. But at one point they did, and yes, I felt happy. This time I was not happy. It was so real. What was I feeling? How can I get it back? I don't think there is a way. One day I'll get away from this life. It will go all black. I'll cut myself with a knife. I will give it a chance. I would kill myself, but I can't do it because of what I told myself. I feel so trapped. How do I escape it? I don't think there is a way. I need it back. My life is ended, and this is not how I wanted it to be befriended.
Schizophrenia is definitely Limited's breaking point by this point of the album. I'd say what got to him was losing his friend from the previous song and his love from a while back. He's contemplating suicide. He is contemplating God. And he is obviously at a breaking point in his mental state. He's schizophrenic. Or at least that's what the song implies. Or he's going schizophrenic in his own head through all of this. And the only reason he's not ending it all is of a promise he made to himself. Great song, great track. Definitely an experience. Let us continue to Epitome.
Bye. It's the end of the line. I've run out of rhymes. There is no time. What a beautiful afternoon it seems to be. Look. Hello? Is there anybody there? No, I don't know how to write the blues, but I still stay moody. I don't have any clues. I feel like I'm Scooby Doo. I'm riding through the morning dew. I don't know what to do. I don't think she loves me too. It's 7 p.m. and I'm higher than the moon. My dad died and I became ruler. Feel like I'm in Dune. Staying on that nerdy shit just as I usually do. I'm weeping at night as time flies by. Thought that I should kill myself. My body told me no. I got up in the middle of the night. I told myself it's time to go. Running away from my problems is the only thing that I know. I think it's time to face them. I wanna see my friends, but I all hate them. She never liked me, she was always stuck on I'll hate them. I don't buy designer clothes, only place I shop that is H&M. Don't wanna shorten nobody's life, I only wanna lengthen. I feel like my life is over, I wanna get run over. Don't got a 4-leaf clover, I'm not lucky anymore. I'm lying on the floor and I'm nauseous. I'm not any more cautious. I'm susceptible right now. I'm letting all the bad things sink in. Open the door, let that sink in. No, don't let that twink in. Only wanna get myself stronger, strengthen my body and my mind. Look into my soul, maybe you can find what makes me happy, what makes me not wanna die. I think this is the end of the line. I think this will be the last time I ever see you in my life. Huh. I thought that you could be my wife, but this time you ended it twice. But it's okay. I won't see you, no way. Gone its place today. It's the evening of my life. It's coming to a close. I came so close. And to the fabulous listener, our protagonist has come to terms. But he's broken. Permanently. He's reached a state of lysis, of enlightenment, of nirvana, if you may. You've seen him in his current state at his birth. And here's where he dies. I can't do it to myself. But I have to. I can't.
Let me just go back real quick. Epitome is truly an epitome. It is the death of Limited from the past two albums. Well, past two, I mean this one and Genesis. The Limited who fell in love. That Limited has gone through struggle and strife, and he has broken his promise to himself. He has killed himself, but not in the conventional sense. He's going to kill himself in the sense where he's going to kill himself, his old self, in a way. And he's going to grow past it, I assume. And I hope he does. Because we all go through our own struggle. And Limited, as a person who I've met, is he's a very nice person. Always trying to make people laugh. Sometimes he has his little quirks about him, of course, but to his very core, he only wants to make people happy. And he hasn't had the hardest life, but he hasn't had the easiest either. He has had his own struggles. And I hope that with this realization, the state of lysis and nirvana that he says, he can shed himself from his old skin and become stronger mentally and physically for himself and not for anyone else. Not for any arbitrary love. Not that love is arbitrary, but not that his love was arbitrary, but that now it is. I hope this state of lysis is a good state that brings him to another stage of his life where he can improve and grow. I hope that not only he can make others smile, but I hope he can make himself smile. Thanks for watching. I rate this album a 9 out of 10. Worst part about it was wish you were here, my guitar parts. So if you want to blame someone for this not being a 10, that's my bad. And also 1975 kind of fell out of place. But other than those two, amazing album. Amazing album. We go through the story of a man who fell in love, reached that point of unrequited love, lost friends, and reached his state of self-suicide mentally. And so he can grow as a person. Thank you for watching this review, and have a nice night. El Libro de los Jaguares review coming soon.